our dear viewers on Synergy TV on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, to all of our listeners near and far on New 975 FM Multicultural Radio, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelis, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelis Budusing Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, absorb. Please get your pen and paper out, get a notebook, have it near you so you could take notes, or your phone so you could store important telephone numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. My friends, directing this morning in Master Control, Nicholas Rupnarayan. On behalf of our team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a terrific day today. It's Thursday morning. Happy Thursday, already in the afternoon in certain parts of the world. Thursday, the 4th of May, 2023. It is a day and time we will never have the opportunity to have again in life, all right? If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special, all right? Don't take life for granted. Don't take the people in your lives for granted. You know, life is precious. Time is precious. Don't procrastinate. Set a goal today and work towards achieving that goal. Put your energy and effort and your all, and have faith and trust in God. So, with that being said, let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab in the Expo, and it says, learn to appreciate what you have before time makes you appreciate what you had. This is so true. Be grateful for this day, this moment, what you have in your life, your health, your happiness, your peace, your love, the people in your life that makes a difference. Appreciate them, all right? Rather than you have to say, only if I did, and then you have to look back and reflect. You know, take control of life today. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Check them out for all of their deals. They've got wonderful presents for mom. As you know, we are quickly approaching Mother's Day. That's very special and auspicious day, so check them out. Clothing, furniture, lovely household items. Not forgetting their jewelry and shoes as well. Let's not forget the food court as well as the play area for your children. So it's certainly a family safe environment, safe and secure parking as well, and that's important in these days. Let's say good morning and a very warm welcome going out to a gentleman I have a great respect and admiration for. He is a recipient of one of the highest awards in this country, and he did not just get that fly by night. He certainly worked hard for it in cleaning up Trinidad and making it a safer and happier, healthier Trinidad and Tobago. I'm speaking of Director of Crime Stoppers, Mr. Darrin Carmichael. Certainly a very much part of the program.
Hi, morning,
good morning, sir.
Thank you again for having me.
As always, very welcome. As I was saying to you earlier on, you know, I've been getting a lot of messages from listeners and viewers. They really appreciate your presence and the advice that you share with us, so that it's no hidden, it's not a secret. Every day we are becoming more and more alarmed. I think crime is already out of control. I am advocating for serious measures. I think the authorities really need to put a little more investment into trying to clean up the country when it comes to crime.
I agree. And you know, we've had and we continue to have a spate of incidents, and all of them really hitting at the heart of what I think the community is looking at, which is the fear of crime and the closeness to how close it comes to you. I mean, just yesterday, was it? There was an incident just across the road, basically from where you are.
Around was 3 people gunned down. When we think of it's just the central and down south, this morning home invasion in the Western Victoria. It's Santa Cruz, which is just up the road, had a killing yesterday. What is happening? It's 5, 6, 7, 8 people in 15 hours. What is going on in our land? It's there. Everybody's talking about it. Last week, Friday, 2 days after, or 1 day after the show last week, you had how many schools being threatened by bombers, and you know, you can't help but we can't help but live in fear.
It's not gonna you know, it might be destined to get significantly worse before it gets any better. And that's a mild statement, but you know, we are seeing more and more where the criminal element is desperate, they're driven, like I said. Events such as Buju Banton and this weekend and of course the ongoing Point 14 Borough celebrations, you know, all of these are things that encourage the criminal element already to want funds, to want money to
You're
do it,
very
you know?
correct, yeah.
I mean, just as we would prepare for Mother's Day next week, they too have mothers and they too have persons and child mothers and so on, that really, you know, they're no different from us except we are prepared to work honestly for our income, all right? And I think we need to recognize that the criminal elements are everywhere. There are no respect of persons and business and so on. And it's becoming more and more apparent that unless and until we, the law-abiding citizens, adopt a position that we have to take security measures, I wouldn't want to say into our hands, because to some extent there are some groups that are trying to take it into their hands, of which I don't approve. You
okay,
know,
right.
So
we don't want
need to be mindful of
we
that.
always need to be mindful that we
Yeah.
should and always be law-abiding citizens. We should respect the law of the land.
Yeah.
And I always say that every day to both my listeners on radio and my viewers on TV. Be good law-abiding citizens. Respect
that's
the law
good.
of the land.
That's good.
Work with the law rather than work against the law.
And you know, all of these incidents that occur, and it brings us right back to one of the, you know, the Crime Stoppers basically, because every incident that occurs, I am almost certain that there is somebody out there who would have witnessed, who knows these persons, who would have be able to identify a vehicle or something that might be instrumental to the police in solving that crime. You know, so we always in this program try to ask persons who may have that information to please come forward. There's an anonymous hotline, 800 TIPS, which is 800-8477.
Right.
We do not need to know who you are, we just need the information. All right, so it's available, it's anonymous, it's safe. And of course, you get an opportunity to get a reward whilst doing that as well. So it's important that we have this opportunity, just one of many, to which we can anonymously share
And I really
information.
think what is the greatest reward for each individual that do that is the reward of the peace within yourself, that you know that you're saving a life, saving a family, saving a community, saving Trinidad and Tobago. Do not take God out of your thoughts and take the law into your hands and do the wrong things. I see people behaving in a barbaric way, even to the security officers. I've been looking at some videos that have been circulating, and it's really hurting, and it's touching within your core to know that you have good law-abiding citizens doing their job, working hard to pay their bills, maintain their family, live up a good, righteous life. You sit in there and you get beaten up mercilessly. What did you do to deserve that?
Well, I mean,
I see bandits now, they're not even bothered to wear masks. So, are you not seeing that?
Yes,
They're walking freely, they're doing freely, jumping the gate, doing whatever it takes to harass the citizens
so some
of our
of them
land.
is, you know, I'm already on a particular trajectory. I mean, chances are my face is already out there. I'm already in the mugshots in the rogue gallery of the police, so they already know that they know who they are. And it's about a time thing, you know. I mean, they're literally counting down the time until they're held. So at the end of the day, the persons who have this encounter and interaction, they need to be absolutely careful. I see videos coming out where persons are, and I just want to touch on this briefly, we could probably delve into it a little bit more, where communities are taking steps or actions to safeguard their own.
Yes.
Their own.
Yes. And I want to talk a little bit about that today and your perspective on that.
We can do that certainly, because that is, it's worrying for me, it's concerning for me that we've reached this far. But I'm thinking that, you know, the authorities looking on and seeing the tipping point, or where people in terms of citizens are, you know, it begs the question, why are they at this stage, at this juncture? What can we as law enforcement or you know, do to alleviate that kind of concern that they have? Because it's a very valid, you know, their motivations are real in terms of what would want them to take, you know, to be able to jump, get out of your home and put yourself at risk in that manner to patrol a community and so on. So that motivation is real. I could relate to what they are saying because I've been in the meetings. I've seen
You've been in many meetings.
Yeah, I've seen the progression from, we are willing to work, we are taking our time and we're doing what we ask, that type of thing. And now it's at a stage where we've had enough. And,
if you'll allow me to read and I'm happy that our viewers and our listeners are already interacting and sending me messages. And let's get that number up there as well, Director. 3847142, like this and others, and I'm going to read it to you. 3847142. You can call in or you can send me your WhatsApp messages to 3847142. Let me gently remind you before you call, when you're calling, just take the volume down on your television, take the volume down on your radio because we simulcast. Take the volume down, then call, then speak into the phone. This is what this viewer is saying. These artists' songs which promote violence should be censored. Citizens must see and say something. So public, John is preaching out and understand. And I agree with you. I couldn't agree with some of the songs that you hear. You ask, they really promote negativity,
they do.
evil thoughts in people's minds. May I go to the phone, sir? Already the phone line is... Good morning and welcome.
Pleasant good morning, Zelis, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning to your guest.
Yes, sir.
This is such a great program. Sometimes I would miss it, but I would look at your rerun.
Thank you,
So
darling.
I am on point. We have to start with this Chief Justice in this country who is a sitting duck. He needs to get up from his comfort zone and push to get laws changed. Crimestoppers alone cannot stop this because let me say something. Sometimes information gets in and same way it will get in anonymous, it will get out anonymous and people's lives are at risk still because inside talks to outside and vice versa. So let us be real. Laws need to be changed immediately. So when these people are held, it's not only getting paid for giving information, it's for putting these people permanently behind bars or hanging them immediately. And this is not what is happening in this country. As they go in, imagine a man murder somebody, he get in bail, he back out and murder again, or they get a slap on the wrist, go home, don't do that anymore. These are outdated stuff. These are stuff since I was born in the 50s. And we need to eliminate that and get real laws to deal with these criminals we have, these heartless people that leaving children behind, fatherless children behind. So Lisa, what these children going to do? They have nobody to turn to because their fathers have gone down. For whatever reason, they are still little human beings that need guidance. And this is what have them astray now. Because somebody seeing what is happening in our country, oh my God, parents are going and leaving these children to the mercies of these criminals because they're going to become a next generation of criminals.
Correct.
Because of what is happening. They are hurting, so they're going to take revenge later on. The Lisa, I could go on and on.
I
you know that.
Yes,
but
darling.
Thank you so much again for the platform.
You're
Have
welcome.
A wonderful day, darling. Bye-bye.
You too. God bless you as well and your family. And I want to I agree with her. We need to have laws change. We need to see action, implement it and see it. People need to be dealt with appropriately by the law for their actions. I couldn't agree with her. And again, a lost generation of children. And the phone line is going off the hook. But I've got to this call and the other callers that have been trying. Let us quickly go to this break. When we return, I'm going to open up the telephone line, allow you to speak to us. Mr. Carmichael will respond, and we will continue to inform, educate, empower you out there. All right, so just bear with us. Let's go to these messages.
Stoppers?
This is Crime Stoppers. Please share only your crime information.
I want to report a crime, but I need to make sure it will not be traced back to me.
Caller, I assure you, there's no record of this call other than the information you give us and the tip number I assign you for you to call back and check on your reward. This system has worked in 26 countries for more than 40 years.
Help stop crime. Call Crime Stoppers at 800 TIPS today. Calls are safe and 100% anonymous.
Are you looking for a space to create your ads, videos, and television production? ZMB Communications Limited has that space available for you. Our services include video productions, photo shoots, voice ads, and studio rental. ZMB Communications Limited Production House. Call us at 392-2986 or visit us at Fred's Plaza, number 26 Eastern Main Road, San Juan.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Welcome to OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelis, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. In conversation with Mr. Darrin Carmichael, he's the Director of Crime Stoppers, talking to us today about implementing policies for a safer community. Mr. Carmichael, welcome back, sir. Another message that came in, and before I read this message, let me remind you, you can call us at 3847-142, 3847-142. Just remember to take the volume down on your radio and your television. Before I take the call, so where is the love in the hearts of people we need? Okay, let me read it. Where is the love in the hearts of the people we need to call on the politicians, government, opposition, all hands on deck to unite the people and think of country first. Let love return. That's the opinion of a viewer. Another one. Police need to be motivated. They're only human beings. Why the leaders in power create employment, eradicate poverty, to do something, revamp our laws and have laws to, deter the criminal laws. Yeah. Understood. Understand your point. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Anselita.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Carmichael.
Good morning.
This is a member of the Bristol Crime Watch Group. Let's embrace the stage.
Welcome, sir.
Right. Just to Mr. Carmichael. If are you hearing me clearly?
We are hearing you, but it would be nice if I could get my volume up a bit, please. Yes, sir. Go right ahead, please.
Right, and to Mr. Carmichael, we just a break stage of our Bristol Crime Watch Group. We soon to partner with Crime Stoppers and the law enforcement body, that is the police. What my question is, recently we had a ban on premises in our community. We communicated with the police responded very quickly, and 2 of the members went down to show support to the family. I'm asking if we, at times as a progressive united, probably a home invasion, we yet do not have any blow horns or any of the horns available in our community. Is it wise for 5 or 6 members of the committee to drive by, sound the horn, not too loudly to have the perpetrator alarm, but to give comfort to the victims, owing to the fact they know that their community is watching on? Is that okay or is it not?
Okay, it's a good question. Thank you, sir. Have a good day and be safe.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, you know, it's good that you have the group already started, and what I encourage persons in the groups to do is you have a WhatsApp chat. And once you have the WhatsApp chat, you have and will maintain a sort of a continuous relationship in terms of sharing information, speaking to issues. I am on most of these chats, and I will be able to present guidance and so on within that group.
Excellent.
The idea of driving around, I mean, I wanted to pause there because I'm not in favor of groups driving around.
Hold that thought.
And so on.
I want us to elaborate on that when we return. Good day. Welcome to the program.
Hey, morning. You see this crime situation, I mean, it is being distorted. What is happening is that there is no political will. This crime is highly political. We had previous governments, for example, Basdin Pandey, you had Prasad, Bissessa, and what have you. Under Basdin Pandey, the crime, I think the murder was 100 or less. And they said, I'm not going to accept that. Under Sama, it was way less so. The problem is the political will. That, you know, it is stated in favor of the criminals. Now, what if in those previous, governments, crime was not there, and it is so rampant now that it is the government is the problem, nothing else is the problem. It is the government. And you see, when people talk about, when it's termed as racist, it is not racist, it is reality, because if you look at those families in Penal, Java village in Penal, and you see the families, the Sicilians and Persians, you see all these people that are getting killed, born and far away Chinese, and who are the perpetrators? These are realities, so don't cover it. You want to call it racist, whatever you want to call it, it is reality. Now, when the had a man, you see, government interference, this is what I am saying.
Okay.
When there was supposed to be the appointment of the Zelis, the Prime Minister said that no, excellency, he intervened. He said because Darrin can stand up against Kamala, that is good enough for him.
All right.
You put Darrin, then you find that Darrin is not doing what you want. You say you are disappointed in him.
Yeah.
You're going to put somebody who was placed 16th on the merit list at some point in time.
Yeah.
You want people who you want, you are disbanding. It is a political thing. So the problem is the government. The government has to be removed before crime anything can happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and do have a blessed day. I think I know this gentleman. He's an accountant, if my memory serves me right. Trinidad, I'm reading what somebody sent in. Trinidad and Tobago, let us get hold of our communities, our families, our neighborhood, forget politics, and yes, the government is the problem. This is coming from another one of our viewers. Thanks for your contribution. Mr. Carmichael, just before that last caller, you were going to elaborate on a point, and I'd like you to continue that, and I want to give you the opportunity to respond and give us your perspective.
Yeah. Well, and this has to do with the fact that I'm seeing more and more, because of the fact that communities seem to think that they are not getting the kind of responsiveness, the kind of patrols and resources being allocated.
Right. They feel that we're not getting any closure to our problems. It's getting out of control.
So some of them decide, okay, we're going to take matters into our own hands.
Right.
And mobilize patrols. All right. Now, I want to caution against that. I looked recently at a group that was actually doing that. And, I'm seeing where if the clip is correct, where persons are getting into a vehicle with hoodies and masks probably on, because they don't want to be recognized, which is fine.
Which is understandable.
But I'm asking the question, before we mobilize and get out there, are we calling the police to say vehicle number PBZXXX will be on patrol with 4 men in hoodies? Are we calling other security? Are we calling other security responders to say, in case you get a call of people looking suspicious? Because think about it.
We are the ones that are doing it.
Not everybody,
love that point.
Not everybody is on board in the WhatsApp chat groups. Not everybody is on board in the communities.
Yeah.
There are 800 plus homes in a particular community.
Yes.
And somebody may not be up to speed with what's going on.
Yeah.
They see 4 men with masks in a vehicle. What would they do?
Driving around the area.
Yeah. So while the focus is on we are here to help, but there is a sort of a conflicting position when you now encounter legitimate responders, whether it's security, private security, who do vigilance and these other kind of patrols, or police themselves, maybe from other jurisdictions that are in the area on inquiries or something.
I take your point,
so it's an awkward position to be in.
It is. I take your point and I agree with it, because I now understand your perspective. We may openly say, well, that's real good if people doing that and they take it.
It's excellent.
Oh, yeah. But please notify the relevant authorities, or like if you say
not only
in
that
a
too,
group.
you find that you know, there's a very, the letter E separates vigilant from vigilante. And while we want you to be vigilant, and we speak about that as one of the tenets of good neighborhood watch groups, you know, we can never determine how somebody may react when they encounter or hold or apprehend potential criminals.
Exactly, and we've seen that taken out of control.
And does the law really protect you when you leave your home and your
or do you really have the right,
the power,
power to do that?
Yeah. So I'm just saying we have to be absolutely cautious with that intent. While it's good on the one hand, it could be detrimental.
It could be,
on the other
exactly. Welcome to the program. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes?
Good morning.
Yes, please go ahead with your contribution, please. Or perhaps you have a question. Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I just called in. I know it's not your program on that day, but I don't know what day, right? But here what I'm doing, I have a lot of problem with my pension to apply for it.
All right. Okay, listen. Listen, I understand. What you could do, this very number that you're calling, send me a WhatsApp message asking for, tell me what is the problem, and I will send the number of the person who could guide and help you. All right? So just send, I can't deal with it. The gentleman who normally comes on a Monday and we talk about social welfare and grants, he will be able to, he's the authority, he can guide you. So what I'm asking you to do is send me a WhatsApp requesting that help, and I will send it off to you and anybody else. I'm happy to share numbers in whichever areas of problems that you're encountering. You know, I do that. In conversation with Mr. Darrin Carmichael, today we're talking about crime stoppers, and more importantly, implementing policies for a safer community. Now, I agree with you 110% there, because sometimes we are so upset as citizens, we're so agitated, and yes, we say, well, the police ain't doing nothing, so we, a couple of the fathers, hey, we're going out tonight and we're going and do, and you're so angry because of something that happened. Now, you mean well, but on the other hand, you're putting yourself in hot water and trouble, because you are yourself perpetrating crime by killing somebody or beating them up, and you don't have the right and authority to do that. Let the authorities deal with that, all right? Our phone lines are ringing, and we need to take a short break. When we return, Mr. Carmichael, Darrin Carmichael will respond. We'll go back to the telephone line and take your calls, all right? Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
Before you choose a life of crime, know that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are fed up of you. More than 22,000 have already provided anonymous tips to Crime Stoppers, leading to countless arrests and convictions. You will never know who they are, but with Crime Stoppers' anonymous tipster system, everyone will soon know you. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 800 TIPS today.
Are you looking for a space to create your ads, videos, and television production? ZMB Communications Limited has that space available for you. Our services include video productions, photo shoots, voice ads, and studio rental. ZMB Communications Limited Production House. Call us at 392-2986 or visit us at Fred's Plaza, number 26 Eastern Main Road, San Juan.
Hi, I am Senior Superintendent Michael here, and today I want to tell you about making yourself a hard target. You know, soft targets make easy targets. These vulnerable looking individuals are likely distracted or lost or even not aware of what's taking place around them. Criminals seek out these individuals because they are less likely to react or defend themselves before the criminal can get away. In making yourself a hard target, remember these 4 principles. Increase your awareness of dangerous situations. Use intuition to assess the risk posed by people and situations you encounter. Avoid myths and denial that can cause you to let down your guard. Become a difficult target for criminals so they move on and leave you alone.
Visit Agri-Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine, for all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies, and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelis, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. Again, reminding you can send your WhatsApp messages. I'll read it to Mr. Carmichael, or you can give us a call at 384-7142. Remember, we're talking about crime, your perspective, and how Mr. Darrin Carmichael can assist you or the community that you live in, all right? And today he's talking to us about implementing policies for a safer community, a safer Trinidad and Tobago. The telephone line, of course, is, and I want to give people the opportunity. Yeah. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask, how can we go about getting the horn, this horn they blow when you have an emergency or something?
Yeah.
Mr. Carmichael,
like
okay.
Falpac has that sound.
Okay.
They had that done in Falpac, yes, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Sir?
Okay. Well, what I can do is, if they will, you will get my number during the course of the program. There are a number of people who provide it, and of course we identify those persons who probably live closer into the area and that can...
And you can do a talk as well. Now, morning, I tried Mr. Carmichael, but it goes to voicemail, mailbox full. There any violence group in Valencia, around the Valencia area? Some trace we're looking at. Clarence Trace, is it? Okay. So, good.
All right. If I can just quickly look at my Rolodex. I know that I am in Valencia someday this week, this weekend or next week, right? So before the program finishes, I'll announce.
Great, we'll do that.
Date that is,
and I will also be happy to share his number so that you can get your group, your community to partner with him in order to get Crime Stoppers to advise you how you could have a safer environment. Yeah, and he's been doing that.
So Valencia's meeting is on Saturday.
On Saturday,
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday, I believe it's starting at 3 p.m.
Okay.
Right. That will be announced. I'm not too sure exactly where it is.
So of course, right? as a venue and they are aware of it, that message will be sent out to those in the area to come.
Area. Okay.
Yeah, great.
All
Looking forward. So.
Yes. Well, I mean, so we were speaking about the whole idea of the patrols and so.
Correct.
And I feel that, you know, we need to first and foremost look at the things that we can do around our homes, look at the things we can do to prevent the home invasions, look at our situation awareness. And I'm believing that all the programs that we do on Thursdays, they're still accessible on your website, on your social media.
Yes, we continue to
share
the
there's a series of programs, 10 to 11 on last week, Thursday, and the week before, that speaks a lot to setting up the groups on 4 minutes.
Right.
Feel free to look back on them and take it in as well. And there's a tab that will take you to how to set up a watch group. All right, so you can go there and contact the secretariat. But basically, we want to encourage people to first and foremost strengthen the relationship with the police, sit down and discuss strategies, attend town meetings, attend station council meetings. There are ample opportunity for engagement with the police and communities. Now, I understand that the police resources may be limited. And of course, that is where I know the police needs to then look at how can we use other means. I know one of the solutions that came out of such discussions a few years ago would have been the implementation of the Community Comfort Patrol. And that was a hit, you know, in terms of people feeling that level of comfort and the visibility and so on. And so too, other solutions may be brought to the fore once it's identified and agreed that the resources of the police are not enough. But certainly, the last resort, and which shouldn't ever be a resort, is the public taking that into their own hands.
Do not take the law into your hands.
What I could recommend for those persons who contemplating that is a quick solution. If you have streets, parallel, you know, lateral streets, whatever it might be, at the top, the middle, the end, if you have cameras that are road facing, that are covering those streets from top to bottom, it might be prudent to say there are some people who are home during the daytime, they're retired, they may have been in law enforcement, in the security field, whatever it might be. I mean, nothing stops you from engaging those persons and having access to those street cameras.
Right.
So technically, what you will have is a surveillance team looking at the cameras, whether it's day or night. You don't have to leave your home to see the streets.
Point taken.
And report things and identify where they go and so on. In fact, that street network,
safer, you know?
covering the cameras by that street network, it is more effective.
I agree.
In the longer term, because the patrols that are being done now, it's a short-term fix that I don't feel that it would be sustained, I don't feel that it will be given the kind of benefit and value that they think they're going to get out of it.
Okay.
All right? So the surveillance and the vigilance individually in the home is good, but probably they may want to look at using street cameras and having those monitored by volunteers.
Which is a brilliant idea.
I mean,
more hands on deck with regards to more eyes.
And that's a no risk,
exactly.
but plenty reward
You're
solution.
Not putting yourself and, you know.
No risk, high reward.
This is coming in from one of our viewers in Jamaica. And she says, good morning, Zelis and Mr. Carmichael. Good program as usual. I think that the media also has a role to play in addition to the police and politicians. The media needs to stop feeding the population a diet of live recordings of shootings and dead bodies on the ground every day. What this does is to brutalize people to the point of becoming insensitive to crime and death, as well as giving the criminals their 5 minutes of fame on the television. Young impressionable would-be criminals also interpret what they see on the television as an opportunity to play out what they see in violent movies that they watch. This does not make for a civilized society. I also think it would be good if we can hear the outcome of some of these crimes as far as arrests and convictions.
That's
I think I love that point, but we should see where arrests would have been made and convictions, and the law takes control of, you know, showing you.
I used to be one of those persons. It's almost like you take pride in being the first to share gory killings and shootings and so on. And I stopped I certainly stopped by because I realized that let me share your program instead. Let me share the information that we are doing out there to help prevent and smarten people to make them more reactive and proactive and so on, you know. So that is more valuable.
Let me also recognize and say good morning to Lent Attorney at Law Sajina Kadir. She says, locked on in between court to this very informative segment. Thank you, Zelisa, for ensuring the citizenry benefit from the knowledge and contribution of Mr. Darrin Carmichael. She was the one that said to me, Zelisa, you have to meet Mr. Darrin Carmichael. Okay. She was the one who said this man is really making a difference and he's going to make a difference on the show. So again, I want to applaud you, Ms. Kadir.
Thank you.
Of course, she's taken a great initiative with the justice system. Yes. They're doing a marvelous job working together with the TTPS and helping people, empowering people. So thank you, darling, again. Positive media coverage. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, good. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we you know, I do a lot of different types of programs. So outside of the neighborhood watch groups, I normally would attend the police town meetings, and I know they give me a 5-10 minutes to speak about Crimestoppers and to speak about the neighborhood watch program, and it comes across very well. In fact, today there's a meeting in Tunapuna. I think the Commissioner of Police is attending that one.
Yes.
I can't make that. I have another engagement in Coquille, because the Coquille community have been plagued with a few issues as well.
So you see, it's all over. It's not just central and south. It's happening in the west. It's happening in the east. I'm happy that you've raised that, because we, U975 FM, our radio station, we are going to be at that meeting today. We're going to be recording it and packaging that program, and the replay will be on the radio station tomorrow, that's Friday, from 4 p.m. to 7. Because we understand and identify that all the citizens can't go to here, but we could take the message to the world. And that's what we're going to do. It's not just about great music and nice presenters, but the content we share must be content that will help the citizens of this country.
This networking that we have is very strong, because I would have met an SRP, I believe he basically is at the Voss Government Primary School as well. And they have concerns, and their staff have genuine concerns for their safety and so on. So I'm actually doing a presentation after there at that school for 1 p.m. And I hope to at least have a lot more engagements like that, whether it's in businesses or at schools and so on, because everybody needs to know how I can, you know, become a safer operator in terms of my space, and how can I go through those transitional spaces more safely. Basically.
I couldn't agree with Sajina Kadir, attorney at law, more than when she said this gentleman is a gentleman that is really a man of his word, very committed to the safety of this land you've been giving, and that's why you got one of the highest awards. You deserve it. You've worked for it. You've earned it, and you continue to go beyond the call of duty. I
sometimes need to remember I have a 8-4 job as well.
And still you have a family as well. But I believe you're one of the people that God said placed this.
Well, for as long as I can be an instrument to help and guide and, you know, really put people on the right track, I will do that, you know.
Great.
I am a sort of evangelist, if you want to call it that, for public safety. And, you know, we are trying as best as we can to instill good practices in people, because once they do the right thing, they become, you know, the champions of, this is how we do it, this is how it should be done. And entire homes, I mean, I've seen entire homes transformed, where whether you're a child in the home or whether you're an adult or granny, you conform to certain tenants in terms of how do we operate and operate safely within the home, all right? And that is becoming a norm, and as long as communities start to build out like this, we will beat this, you know, we will beat it. You know, I'm pretty confident that we will. And of course, the other players, the police is taking cue from the sentiments of the public. I mean, they're doing a hell of a good job in terms of being out there and listening. If you look at, I mean, I've seen the momentum from January till now in terms of town meetings and so on. I have had 3 meetings sometimes in one evening. Right, and I really need to figure out which one to go to.
No,
so to
I
speak.
think,
but they're doing a hell of a good job in getting out there.
I want to, yes.
And trying to build that relationship with the public.
Of course, you have to applaud the hard work. It's burdened. It's burdened. They are already underpopulated by 1,400 less workers. So they're heavily burdened. Get the army involved.
It's not the police alone.
We've got to take this quick break. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Darrin Carmichael, a director at Crime Stoppers. When we return, you can call us 3847-142 or you can send in your WhatsApp messages. Stay with us.
Before you choose a life of crime, know that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are fed up of you. More than 22,000 have already provided anonymous tips to Crime Stoppers, leading to countless arrests and convictions. You will never know who they are, but with Crime Stoppers' anonymous tipster system, everyone will soon know you. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 800 TIPS today.
Are you looking for a space to create your ads, videos, and television production? ZMB Communications Limited has that space available for you. Our services include video productions, photo shoots, voice ads, and studio rental. ZMB Communications Limited Production House. Call us at 392-2986 or visit us at Fred's Plaza, number 26 Eastern Main Road, San Juan.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trin-City. Super Quality Supermarket.
Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety of porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Spain, Italy, Brazil, India and China. Tile Expression Limited, conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunapir. Telephone 693-0015 or 223-TILE. Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelis, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions in conversation with Mr. Darrin Carmichael, who is a director of Crime Stoppers, and he's here to talk to us about implementing policies for a safer community. I want to remind all of our viewers, all of our listeners about a neighborhood watch, and this is in collaboration with the Tunapuna Police Station Community Council and the TTPS. Let us start a neighborhood watch. Who all residents in the watch group? We have it up there. It's a special town hall meeting. No, this is the wrong one. I'm going to give the correct information. It's happening at the Hillview College Road in El Dorado. They've changed the venue because I'm told it's going to be a mammoth crowd. A lot of people are coming out, hundreds of people, and I believe this is what citizens should get involved with communities, definitely. So that they can be empowered, right? So it's happening at Hillview College today, Thursday, 27th at 7 p.m. Come out in your numbers, participate, listen, absorb, and act, right? And I want to let you know, for the benefit of those who cannot be there due to circumstances beyond control and commitments, we are going to record it today and tomorrow on our radio station U975 FM from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to have the replay. So you can sit in the safety and comforts of your home and be empowered, be enriched by good knowledge, you know, by being good law-abiding citizens. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Be positive for change. Do not choose criminality to be famous. Against self-esteem, love and respect. It's true, messages coming in there. Yes, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Zelis. Good morning, Carmichael.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
Very interesting program.
Thank you.
And Zelis, I need to talk to you about blindness awareness.
About, sir?
Blindness awareness.
Sure, I'll be, surely. This is my number 3847142. Please call me or send me a message and I'll call you when it's convenient. Thank you. I'm happy to talk about blind awareness.
I want to stay with Crimestoppers because I want to congratulate them on the work they do in these parts of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
In terms of inclusion, persons with disabilities needs to be included in a lot of these activities because some of us live alone, some of us may be head of households, but sometimes, you know, acquiring devices, acquiring cameras, etc. could be a tall order for some.
Yeah.
I'm not begging for anybody. I'm saying that this is the reality. Now, in terms of coping, because a lot of us, particularly those who don't see, cannot see the criminal.
Yes.
Correct.
We have other forces, other strategies, and other tactics to know them, or to identify them. You understand? And I want to hear from Mr. Carmichael if he has any advice with disability.
Nice.
Because all of us, whether we disabled or not, we are affected by crime, one way or the other.
Definitely. And that's an excellent point. Let me say this, that you've just added another task on my list to do, and I will certainly look into what can be done as a particular kind of a program to help incorporate that. What I do know is that I was actually invited to the Blind Welfare Association as on Duke Street, and we would have spoken to a group of individuals there that was mobilized at the time by the head. And we did, in fact, what we brought to them is the verbal in terms of the security awareness training. And we actually crafted a unique self-defense program.
Brilliant.
That engaged their particular senses to be able to respond and so on.
Very nice.
So that's something that we can repeat in
Yeah.
terms of a self-defense program for them. And yes, I will try to find ways and means that we can look at things you can do around your home.
Nice.
To raise an alarm or you know, I mean, I used to use a very simple one where you just basically put your curtain
Yeah.
on top of a vase on top of your curtain. So if
Right.
somebody were to pull the curtain to do something or peep by a window, then the vase falls.
And you,
that,
right,
you hear that.
good
I mean,
point.
and I'm thinking that along those kind of
Yeah,
lines, we can
yeah.
keep thinking about ways and means that we could create that kind of awareness, that
Great.
early warning system, and so on.
Excellent.
So I will look into that, possibility.
And to that last caller, sir, I took your number down. I certainly will call you later. I'd love to partner with you to empower those that need the assistance. And again, if maybe we could do a program as well.
Definitely.
I'd look forward to that.
Definitely.
That we could, you know, help you. Most certainly, sir. So I'll be calling you later so that we could talk a little more about, you know, blindness awareness.
I know Lingo is one of the groups in Arima. I don't know if I was talking too much.
But I'll definitely be.
He certainly, you know, is very active in the group as well.
Hi, Lisa. Lovely program as usual. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. This is my Auntie Lena in Santa Cruz, Mayfair Gardens. Thank you, Auntie. I'm told a little birdie said you celebrated a birthday yesterday. Happy, happy birthday. All of God's choices, blessings, And thank you for being the precious and beautiful lady that you are. Thank you so much. God bless. That's to my Auntie Lena. And you stay safe as well, huh?
I'm getting so many messages here. I can't even begin to look at them, you know, from the groups that are looking
Good,
on,
I'm grateful,
right? And this is a way for us to touch with those groups, because many a time I don't get a second chance to come back within 2, 3, 4 months, you know, so we touch them at one meeting and there are no more touch points really, and this program I think could provide that for them, where it could be a continuous learning cycle to keep them updated with the information and so on.
That's why whatever we could do to continue to empower our viewers and our listeners, we are going to do it. When we have strong people like you who could, you know, we say things and we look at things, but then we get a different perspective based on the years of experience and the knowledge that you have. And that, of course, makes a great teacher. So we are grateful for what you impart on us.
I'm happy to do that.
We've got about 4 minutes or so before we wrap things up. Your closing remarks and the message that you want to ensure that our viewers and our listeners get today.
Well, certainly, I want to leave people with the fact that crime is everybody's business. All right, we've been hearing that from ever since. The criminal elements out there are focused on reward. They're focused on getting the job done. I don't want to tie in politics with crime. It's not where I feel we should be focusing, right? But we need to understand that we cannot, and if we are not prepared and in the position, we don't have the capability to change their mindset. We have all the time in the world to fix the opportunity.
Nice.
And in fixing the opportunity, it speaks to looking inward first at the things around your home, the things in terms of what you do and how you operate. Because, you know, I would have seen a video with a young lady coming out of a bank, and she talked about almost being attacked yesterday and so on.
Yeah, in Tobago.
And the striking thing with it is that we are hearing it all the time. You know, where are you dialed into? Are you dialed into the old talk, the propaganda, you know, the jokes and the memes, or are you really looking and dialing into programs that could educate you, inform you, keep you updated in terms of the trends, in terms of what is happening, what you could do to make a difference? There's too much information out there about how we can make ourselves safe.
Agreed.
For people to still fall into the traps, for people to still fall into the Nigerian scams and the different things that are going on. They wonder where have they been all this time?
And that's crime as
well.
well.
So it's crime, you know.
You're
so I want
correct,
people to be so laser focused now on the things that they ought to be doing, the way they ought to be operating, how they need to be walking the streets, how they need to be when they're in maxi taxis and private cars and so on, when they stop on the highways. We have to be focused. We have to be almost thinking that crime is all around us, and how can we navigate this safely to get from point A to point B. The last mile, I'll just leave with this. The last mile, on your journey to home, the last mile is when your body is relaxed. You know, you've had a long day, you've had a long journey home, you're focused on the roads and the accidents and so on. And when you get into your village and your neighborhood and coming up to your gate, you tend to be relaxed like you're close to home.
Isn't that true?
Right, that happens.
Yes.
So what happens is, in relaxing, you forget to say, well, is somebody following me? Is the coast clear? Is there a strange vehicle parked up there? Why isn't the dog coming out as it normally should? You know, we want you to know in that last mile to be the most alert as you could ever be.
Correct.
And don't take your eye off that ball, all right? The criminals depend on us to do that.
Yeah.
All right? And this is the choke point. When you get into your gate, when you get into your home, when you get into the car from the mall or whatever it might be, those are the points when we need to be most alert.
Agreed.
All right? So I want people to start to think that way and really, you know, I'll think of a catchphrase that we could probably use that will keep it top of mind. Some people listen to things and learn things by memory, you know.
We're going to wrap up with this. We have 1 minute. I thank you, sir. God bless you.
My blessing.
May God continue to keep you strong for us all, so we can have a safer and happier, better Trinidad and Tobago. We look forward to you joining us next week again as you continue to empower us and, of course, impart your knowledge with us.
Definitely.
Take care. I leave with this. Let us fix our country. All hands on deck. Everyone come out. Let us not be victims, but victors. Be sensible. Thank you to this viewer. It's a nice message. We've got to wrap things up. Please remember to be respectful of the law. You know, respect the law of the land. Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. I am Zelis Rupani. Thank you so much for choosing us. Be safe, be happy, be blessed. Stay with us, U975 FM Multicultural Radio. Thank you.